Welcome back to the Peak Performance Podcast. Today we are talking to somebody well known for catchphrases such as Little Legends and See You Love You Bye. Today we have the absolute privilege of speaking to the infectious ray of sunshine, also known as Mr. Luke. Over the past 12 months, we've had the privilege of getting to know Luke on a personal level and have been able to play, hopefully, a small part in supporting his health and wellness here at Peak. Through humour and role play, Luke uses his significant social media presence to both entertain and educate. As well as still being active as a reception classroom teacher here in South Australia, Luke has also recently become an author, launching his debut picture book, Guess What We Are Doing Today, in 2024. He's spoken on panels and presented at conferences nationally and internationally on topics such as joy, technology, social media and education. Luke, I'm exhausted just rattling all of those things off. Firstly,
I think I'm blushing, but also want to cry.
Honestly, congratulations firstly on what you've managed to achieve. I'm sure I've missed out multiple things there as well. But yeah, congratulations on what you've been able to achieve. And secondly, how do you fit it all in?
That is a great question. I have no idea, to be honest. There's only X amount of time, like hours in the day. Somehow we cram a lot in.
And you've done it.
I don't know how. There is no, I guess, secret answer.
Yeah.
You smile and keep going.
Luke, let me say, we've done like 20 episodes, and that's the most unbelievable introduction I've ever heard. Although, when she said Little Legends, I thought you were going to be talking about me, but that's
you
fine.
do have something in common.
We do say Legends a lot.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I didn't write an intro for you.
No.
But yeah, no, we were sort of mentioning beforehand, and we did joke a little bit, and I mean this, in the kindest possible way that, Jamie and I's algorithms are slightly different on social media. Hers maybe a little bit more mum spec, and mine a bit more sports science spec. And I remember the day when we got a little follow from Mr. Luke, and she messaged me with a heap of excitement, and I jumped online. And I went down a rabbit hole. I think I watched every video of yours for the last 3 years, and as you know, I can only sort of echo what she said. We've loved having you as a part of the community. We're very grateful, and just come in with that massive smile every day, bubbly, even if it is 5:15 in the morning, and some people's chins are dragging the ground. So it's been a pleasure to sort of see you do your thing, but. Obviously, best known, big on social media. You are a teacher for receptions. Mm-hmm. Talk to us a little bit about your journey to get to this point in time. Maybe sort of getting into teaching, and then how that transitioned into social media fame and the Today Show.
Where we are today, right? Yeah, good heavens.
It's probably a long journey.
Yeah, look, crazy little adventure, I guess. First things first, thanks for having me. This is very cool. I feel very excited to be here and just to be part of your gym community, and this community that you guys have built is amazing. It's really cool. So, yeah, you might have been excited when I started following you, but when I saw the Peak sign and drove past it and then followed you and did my research, I think I got just as excited to say oh, what's this? This is cool. I want to be part of it. So, excellent work.
Thank you.
But my journey. Oh, good heavens. Where to start? Where do I start? Probably at the beginning. I guess that's probably a good place to start. Teaching's been in the blood. My grandparents were teachers and everything. So growing up, there was always, I guess, a teacher kind of path already pre-made. I was really into it. I've got a brother who was 5 years. I mean, he's still 5 years old now, younger than me. So yeah, helping him grow up and everything was really, really fun. I got really greedy though at the end of grade 12 and went, what do I do? Do I go into education, which is something I think I'm quite passionate about growing up and everything, or do I go into property management and sell houses? Left field. I got really greedy because I thought that was going to make far more money than education. So I did that for a year. Absolutely hated it. Oh, good heavens. Which really highlighted super quickly the importance of just following passion, I went into education and I honestly feel like my life has just I've been on cloud nine ever since studying education and teaching. It's just been a wild roller coaster that I've enjoyed every second of it. So yeah, a bit of a interesting pathway into teaching. But from there, I mean, it's just been amazing. It's been really, really enjoyable. I've been a specialist PE teacher. I've taught IT. I've taught grade 4, grade 3, and now teaching the little ones. I'll be teaching reception until I'm done with teaching in total.
And let me
Hands
say
down.
that is incredible. I've got the utmost admiration. I'm not just saying that to pump your tires up, because it's hard enough to look after 2 of your own, let alone 30 other people's kids. There's been times here where, for a range of age groups, we run like school holiday programs or clinics or have schools come in, and I guarantee every time there's 10 that are keen and ready to go. There's 10 that have been forced to come by their parents or their school and they just don't give a shit. And there's 10 that are excited by the equipment, so they're like hanging off things. And after 5 hours, I'm exhausted. I come home and like collapse. And then I think to myself, oh my God, there's people that do this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 weeks of the year. People give you, stick for holidays, but you guys deserve every second of those. And then probably that's not even the hardest part. It's probably the parents as well. Do you have to deal with any parents at that level of this, or is it probably a little bit too early stage for?
By all means, we deal with parents. We're huge advocates. My team and I are huge advocates to bring parents along. I think it's really important that going into first year of big school, yes, the child's enrolling, but the parents are also enrolling in school as well. There's a level, I guess, of accountability that families have when their little ones start school. And yeah, my team and I really try to kind of bring our parents along for that ride and along for that journey. The saying that it takes a village. Parents and families are a real key part of that village. They have the most opportunity at home to continue to consolidate the learning that we're doing in class and have those little, I guess, impromptu chats about education and really kind of hold or like wave the banner of education is important. So there's a lot of, I guess, behavior that we want our families to show to their little ones when they come to school. So parents, teachers, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah,
100%.
We've recently become reception parents this
have?
year.
Yeah.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, it's been a journey, and on multiple occasions I've shared little things with you early in the morning. And yeah, it really is a bit of an adjustment. Do you have, I guess, any advice for parents that are in similar situations? Maybe their little ones are starting reception next year. Just on that transition to big school.
I totally do, but because I'm a teacher, I have notes.
Amazing.
Because teacher life. Obviously, we have that, and there's so many tips that we could be here for a very long time. So I'll try and just like shrink it a little bit. I think one of the most important things is for parents to stay connected and stay invested in their child's education. I think it's a really important job that I guess you guys as new reception parents have, but the emotions and your stance that you have on education, our little people read us really, really well. So if you value education, your little ones are going to value education as well. So I think it's really important to kind of be a part of their educational journey, and that unfortunately means for some also keeping up to date with what's going on in their classroom, which means regularly checking emails
all the apps.
And I feel really sorry for families for all of this, because there are so many apps. There's so many different classroom apps. There's different, if you have a student or if you have a child in primary school and high school, you might have 2 different apps, and then the notifications are also emails. So then you're just bombarded, and it's like my heart breaks for families in that situation. It's tough, 100%. But I think it's really important that families do their best to kind of set aside just a little moment each week to keep up to date with your classroom bulletins, to say, hey, this is what we're learning on. Because if you continue to do that, the opportunities that you're allowing to bring into your family, like into your family time of, oh, wow, you've been learning, I don't know, this digraph or this math strategy at school. Let's put it into practice real life with us. That incidental learning is an amazing opportunity to help kind of consolidate your child's learning. So really staying connected. Unfortunately, we live in a world where everyone's connected 24/7 to everything. So it is another thing to be connected to. but the value that it adds to your child's education is
Well, I think
chef's
as
kiss.
well, like that opportunity to actually, I found to talk to Matilda's teacher at drop off and pick up is so limited. You guys are doing 1,000,001 things. You've got 20, 25 plus kids to be managing and saying hello to. And so, I find that although, yes, the extra notifications and notes to keep up on can be a lot, but that is a way to actually connect to the teacher and get that information. And when Matilda comes home and we say, what did you do today? What did you learn? And the answer is often, I don't know, I don't remember, because they're probably exhausted from a massive day of school. I can actually see what they've been doing and say, hey, I saw the science experiment you did today. It looked awesome. Can you tell me more about it? Has been a bit of a better launching platform to talk about what they've been doing.
And it's such a wonderful prompt, right?
Yeah.
Rather than getting that, I don't know,
Yeah.
or what did you do today? Played at recess or lunch, like, I don't know. Yeah, by offering that very, very little prompt, oh, I saw you did this. It's such a gateway for that extended conversation.
Although those notifications are driving me crazy because our daughter does love a visit to Nurse Sally for some emotional Band-Aids most days.
The nurse at our school, and probably I feel like for a lot of junior primary schools, is one of the busiest persons in the whole school.
Scraped her knee, bumped her elbow. No, you could have probably gone without seeing the nurse, but that's okay.
Emotional support, I think.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, just let me sort of quickly touch on, the weight that it holds in our household having you around, because I might come home and say, hey, Matilda, guess what today? I got to work with Craig Goodwin, Socceroo. He scored for Australia. And then I worked with Steph Talbot, who plays for the Opals and in the WNBA. She'll go, I don't care, was Mr. Luke at the gym today? I'm like, yeah, no, he was there too. But I think there's a lot to sort of transfer between, because I guess keeping it relevant to what happens in these four walls as well is, seeing that interaction of kids and parents, because we have our junior athlete academy and we have a lot of coaches who work one-on-one. And it is that fine balance, isn't it? Because, and again, not that I necessarily have any of the right or wrong answers, but we do see some parents who sort of just drop and go and we don't see. We also have had instances, I'll be transparent in saying over this journey, we've seen some pretty ugly parenting in terms of like overbearing and putting super amounts of pressure on these kids to be NBA, AFL, NHL athletes, and you just see these poor sort of kids crumble under that pressure. Is there a sweet spot? I know sort of you said keep engagement, letting them sort of fend for themselves. How do you navigate that space? Maybe even in this realm down here.
It's a great point to make, because I think most of the times, yes, you might get those parents who are like, you're going to go to the NBA, like, go, AFL, go. I'd like to think it's coming from a place of love and support and care, because they just want their child to be the best version they can be. On the other side, I think we also have, not a problem, but we also have families and parents who want to protect their children from everything, do everything for them, not allow their child to be bored or to face problems or to face a sticky situation. We want to protect. And by all means, sometimes us teachers want to do that as well, because we always want what's best for the little people that we're looking after. So there is that sweet spot, and I think a lot of good can come from allowing our kids to, I guess, feel bored or to hit a sticky situation, and for us to walk or be along their side, but not to fix it for them. I think there's a great sense of resilience that can be established for our little ones, but it is hard because we don't want to see little people hurting or suffering or stuck, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've heard you talk about like drop off as well, and I know we talked about that as well when I had that first day of dropping Matilda off to reception, and I've heard you sort of talk about how parents could potentially think about managing their emotions to benefit the little ones, and conversely, when you do see your kids crying at drop off, that often that they're fine the 5-10 minutes afterwards. I guess that ties back into that sweet spot of overbearing or disengagement or in terms of little kids starting school, what do you recommend for that sweet spot to help them best transition in?
Look, I think it's very, very clear that it's going to be different for every single child and every single family and dynamics and everything. So it's not a one situation is going to fix all. There's no sweet spot that's going to help for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is dependent on the child, the family. Could be even dependent on the day, towards the end.
Weather.
The weather.
Yeah.
Is it a full moon?
Yeah.
Trust me, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just being aware that, you know what, it might take some time to really find what works, and to be ready to quickly adapt and change whatever whatever you've got in play that might work one day, might not work the next. So how are we going to adapt and how are we going to change? And yeah, drop-offs at the start of the year in particular, they're always interesting, but it's really important. And again, I said it a little bit earlier, little people read our emotions so well. So I think that's one reason why I actually really love coming to the gym, because this is like my emotional and physical and well-being like reset when I come here. Think like stress teacher equals stress like classroom.
Yeah.
No stress when I come here. So we love that. So yeah, just it's about being open to, I guess, changing, and it is going to take some time to figure out what works for you and what works for your child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think that leads quite nicely into teaching, as you mentioned, can be both physically and emotionally demanding. So what wellness practices have you found most effective in maintaining your stress and managing that burnout?
I have a little like draft video that I have saved in my, like on my phone for the longest of time. I think all teachers need to do yoga.
Thank you, Luke. You're listening to that, Sean?
Hands
Everyone
down.
needs to do yoga.
100%. And I love it. Our schedules clash.
Oh, okay.
Actually, could you look after the kids and I'll jump into the
Right,
yoga
awesome.
session?
We'll tag team it out. But no, I wholeheartedly stand by this, because when I step into yoga, although it's another form of fitness, when we're down on the floor lifting weights and everything, there's always that time, if I'm in a weights class, there's that time of rest, and you're listening to music, there's that time of rest, and in that moment of rest, your mind automatically goes back to like teaching and what you need to do and everything. Whereas I find when I'm doing a yoga class, you're always coming back to your breath, and just that little switch of, yes, we might have a moment of rest in between, I don't know, stand A and stand B, but when you tie it back to your breath, I honestly feel that whenever I do a yoga class, it is a switch of, I stop thinking about school for the entire class, because it's your one focus is breath, and I love it. So teachers out there, yoga, please, and thank you. You'll love it.
I must say we're proud as well, because we've seen videos of you on a Sunday night practicing your handstands in yoga.
Yeah.
I'm trying to master them.
How's that progress going at the moment?
Look, it is getting there. I won't say it's mastered yet. There's still a very long journey to go. But yeah, everyone loves a little challenge.
And you've used a sauna a little bit as well, we've seen.
I love a sauna. I love
amazing.
an ice bath. You helped me with my first ice bath. It was great. There was a lot of deep breathing involved in that. So yeah, I think generally every aspect of the community that you guys have built here is always going to be a step forward into your own physical, emotional well-being, or whatever you want to call it. It's stunning. It's beautiful. And for, I guess, teacher life, I've been tracking I've recently got an Aura ring.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say the
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a wellness ring, and I've been I've been tracking everything, and stress is a tracker on this. And the days I'm at school, which is basically every day, the stress is so high. It's insane.
I saw your story of the excursion the other day.
Oh,
and
the
that
excursion stress was a very stressful day.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
I think I actually physically laughed out loud.
Yeah,
I told you, I went from, not knowing and to now I'm a full-blown fan. To be honest with you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. So, yeah, teacher life is a stressful life. There's a lot going on. You're making a lot of decisions, many decisions, all throughout the day. There is no kind of off time until you're at the very end of the day, until you say goodbye to the kids. So, yeah, when your work life is high stress and high demand, you have to have an outlet and you have to have something to help, I guess, like regenerate or get you back to base or hopefully even better. And that's what fitness is. And that's what you guys provide here.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel like it's really good potentially for the teachers listening out there. I guess from the outlook, maybe looking at your social media. And don't get me wrong, I think absolutely every time I engage with you, as Sean said, you are just that infectious. That's why I said ray of sunshine, because you absolutely are that bubbly, happy personality in a really authentic way, as well as your social media. But to hear that someone like you, who from the outset might look like, oh my gosh, you've got it together all the time, and from a teaching aspect, you've got all this amazing, engaging content. So to hear you say that, yeah, like teaching stresses me out too, I think that's like a really amazing connection point. That we all get stressed, and I think as a mum, for me, my nervous system, when you've got mom, I'm hungry, I need this, just that overwhelm. I could only imagine having 25 voices
25 people saying mum,
yeah,
mum.
You're the mum.
Yeah,
You're
like,
essentially the mum. Yeah.
Luke today, guys. Yeah, hello.
But, and they're all on their own little roller coasters of emotions and journey, and then you're actually trying to teach them something as well in amongst that for your nervous system, I can see how that could potentially be quite overwhelming.
Yeah, there's a lot going on every single day.
Yeah.
Everyone needs that outlet of kind of, to bring you back and to help support every aspect of you.
Yeah.
I guess we touched on this actually with Jared Walsh in our first season, and maybe we're sort of jumping forward a little bit, but it just ties in nicely because of your social media presence now, and obviously becoming a very well known teacher. Do you feel like that you, like Jamie said, you have to have that perception of always? Do you have some sort of like facade almost, or this shield of or do you think that just is a natural part of you, or do you ever get the opportunity just to like,
I think of at the end of Toy Story where the Barbie's like, goodbye. Oh, thank God. Thank God. No, we
do you ever have
that? Look, there's definitely that time to rest and relax. It's usually at the end of the day after being, I guess, on for your kids and for your classroom. Basically, what you see is what you get with me.
Amazing.
I really enjoy doing what I do. The whole social media life is another life that's really. It's crazy to. What am I trying to say? It's crazy to have a platform that you can share something you're so passionate about, right? It's just so cool. It's what you guys get to live and breathe every day. You have this wonderful place that you get to like do what you love.
Yeah.
And to have a platform to, I guess, promote that and to share my stories, and if anyone listens to it, it's hopefully they get a smile and get a laugh out of it and learn something along the way. Fingers crossed. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So I would like to say it's really what you see is what you get with me.
And we feel that. Like, that's authentic. I guess, just like, when you see, I talk to, let's say media personalities, sometimes, there can be sort of, like I said, a character, but certainly for you, we always feel like you're the same authentic person, whether it's 5:15 in the morning or coming in for your
might be a little bit quieter at 5:15 in the morning. Yeah.
Tell us, like, when did you start recording content? Let's have a look at that side now.
Yeah.
And like, when did you think, like, oh my God, like this is actually serious? Did it happen overnight? Was it gradual build? Did you get to a certain point in time and then, it was exponential? Like, talk to us about that.
First things first, I have no idea what happened. I still don't understand what's going on, actually. It's insane. So I started making videos and content creating it was the end of 2019. My cousin told me to download like TikTok and everything, and I wasn't actually on any social media at the time. So when I downloaded it, I was like, cool, this might be a fun little time waster or doom scroll, whatever, when I have the spare time. Very quickly, though, after downloading it, I very quickly saw that it was a platform where people were just sharing things they were passionate about, and it was fun. Absolutely, there's that other side of following trends and doing whatever, but the learning or the learn on TikTok side and everything there, it's really cool to have this free platform where you can share your interests and everything. So I kind of thought, you know what, I'll give this a little crack.
And just quickly plug an award winner in the Learn on TikTok side of things. Don't worry about that.
Hello. Yeah, nice little award. So I mean, that's in itself is crazy. But yeah, I gave it a crack, and I think my first video went stupidly well. Like it got 1 million views in like 2 days or something.
Amazing.
Which
And did you
for
think,
your
this
first
is
video,
normal? Well.
I had to I had to ask my cousin. I was like, so
Does this usually happen? Or,
what is this? What do I do? I'm still asking her now. What do I do? So it was fun. It piqued some people's interest, and I think what kind of played in my favor is being able to share, I guess, educational or teacher life content. Everyone's got a tie to education. It's fun to kind of, I guess, bring everyone back into education, but show them from the other side of the teacher desk, I guess, to show what it's like being a teacher, which is really fun. I'm extremely fortunate about how many people like watching. It's nuts. It's really insane. I still struggle to find the words because I don't know why it's happened. But here we are. So
Well, I think it ties together like so many, getting to know you a little bit more. I think you're super creative and really passionate about, the arts and reading and writing and books. And I think like social media can really nicely tie into that if you're really passionate about creating.
Yeah.
It gives you that platform. And I think, stereotype of primary school teachers loving to laminate things and decorate things. And one of our lovely staff members here is studying early education, and she's made all the stuff for the kids' corner down here and like personalised colouring in pages. And so, I guess, did you find that similar to what you're saying about being passionate about teaching, that content does it feel like a chore to you, or does it feel like quite a creative outlet?
Definitely feels like a creative outlet. I film everything kind of after school hours and everything, so I always kind of put it that I've got a normal 8 to 5 job, and then I've got a 5 to 9 job, right? So once all the other teachers are gone, once the cleaner's gone, because who wants to watch me being silly in my classroom? No one. So, I make sure all my teacher friends have left the building, and then it's a wonderful outlet. So it might seem crazy that, yes, I am at school quite late throughout the week and everything, but for me, it's enjoyment. It is fun. I'm not doing work stuff. I'm doing other life work stuff. So, yeah, late nights at school it's fun for me. It's enjoyable.
Have you had a moment that's, there's obviously numerous things that have happened, but what's been the biggest pinch yourself moment where you're like, okay, this is serious now, whether it's been numbers or whether it's been an event or an interview or an invite to something or a collaboration with, I don't know, has there been one specific or a couple that you can nail down to?
I think play school.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be play school. Like, it's got to be play school, right? A teacher who's on, it's got to be that. I think that was an experience that I will cherish forever. And that was definitely a pinch moment of, what is happening?
There's Big Ted and there's Jemima.
What do you mean, like, this is the crew? like, why am I here? So that was definitely a big pinch me moment. The numbers come and go. Like, the numbers fluctuate, and I think if you're getting into social media to, go viral or to get the most followers, you're probably getting into it for the wrong reason. Not everyone's going to like you. That's just a fact. So, yeah, you have to be ready for, I guess, that other side. But, yeah, play school was the one.
I know we talked about it with Brody Smith from the Crows a little bit. Have you had to deal with any sort of online hate or anything along those lines? Any sort of trolls that you...
They're there for everyone.
Yes.
And I think being a male primary school teacher, that is for some reason still confusing for some people to accept that males can be in this caring, supporting role for kids. But I'm happy to fight anyone who thinks that is a stereotype or
For sure.
Yeah.
We're very grateful to sort of have somebody like you fighting the good fight and looking after our young people as well. I guess it's a nice little segue into sort of talking about essentially days that are from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m., which I know is absolutely not a word of an exaggeration. How do you still fit exercise in? I know you sort of briefly mentioned it at the start, but is there any words of advice or tips or things you've, from a scheduling perspective, that have really helped you to be able to mash all this together and still prioritize your health and fitness? Because we see a range of people in here who, let's say some people in your boat who are doing just unbelievable things and still fit it in, and also on the other end of the spectrum, now I think actually you don't have much on your plate, but you're overwhelmed very easily.
It is about finding balance in everything and about finding the schedule that works for you. The days are big, the days are long. It is about prioritizing, I guess, health and well-being and what makes you feel good. So sleep is number one for me. I go to sleep. I'm in bed by like 9:15.
You're in good
9:30.
company where, same.
If it gets to past 10, I'm starting to freak out.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a late night.
Ooh,
I don't know if I will be able to make it to yoga tomorrow morning. It's 10:30. Like, oh gosh. So sleep's the big one. And I've really been, I guess, over the past year or so, trying to prioritize that as my number one focus. And then building on from that, if I'm getting enough sleep, awesome. I can wake up feeling refreshed and feeling ready quite early. I'm a morning person. Tell my dad that now. He probably won't believe me. Growing up, it was sleep in every single day, but times have changed. That early morning start to come in and do a class and smash it out, and you're ready to go by 7. You've got the whole day ahead of you, which that's a big chunk of time to do everything else. And then you're in bed by 9:30.
Yeah.
Well, I think we get the kids down at sort of 7:30, and then we're straight in. We might watch a little bit of Netflix or read a book or get the social media post up for the day, whatever it might be. But 100%, we're in bed early too.
Now, Sean has absolutely thrown your list out here. We've started at one point, we've gone somewhere else, which always happens.
This is awesome. We're adaptable.
But
we're flexible.
Maybe to finish off, if we return back to your lovely list, and I think we will definitely have some parents listening to maybe just finish off on your area of expertise in helping those little people, I guess, transition smoothly into school. You can finish off some of your must knows before we wrap it up.
But as I was saying, look, I think I already touched on like the one thing about letting kids kind of find their own feet, and it's okay to support them through challenges and everything, but not so much rescuing them or keeping them away from challenges. I think that's a big one. Being able to learn to struggle and adapt and build that sense of resilience is super duper important. Independence as well. Like growing this sense of independence, particularly when they are transitioning to big school, like let them pack their bag. Let them carry their bag to their classroom. Like they're big school kids now. They can do that. And yes, we can carry their bags for them. We know that. But there is that level of, I guess, independence and accountability when these little guys are coming to school and having a sense of this is my stuff. And I can do it now. So helping them grow their level of independence, I think, is a huge one. And I will say, and I'm sure you guys are aware of this as parents, morning routines or just routines in general are magic. Like setting up routines, we are such a routine-based classroom. My team teacher and I, we are big on routines because it really allows students, it promotes a level of success because they know what's going to come next because they know the routine isn't going to change. So whether it be your morning routine, your afternoon routine, when you might unpack your bag and do some reading with your child or whatever, setting those routines in place is a huge jump for success and to help that independence as well. I think that's really, really important. Please read. Please read.
Yes.
Please read with your child as much as you can. I think reading is a real superpower that is sometimes overlooked because we might think that, well, we read at school, so we don't have to read outside. Reading is such a huge contributor to student success and to child success in kind of the literacy world, that if you can practice reading every day, your kid is already 5 steps ahead of everyone else if you are reading every day.
My mum's a librarian, so she'll love to hear that. Nana Kimbo, she is a big promoter of reading. And I think potentially there's different types of reading, right? A lot of the reading maybe that you guys do at school is the child learning to read versus sitting and listening to your parents tell you a lovely story that they can lose themselves in, or a story that might be preparing them for something or touching on a specific area or topic that the child needs support in. So there's different types of reading.
Absolutely.
What about peer-reviewed articles about sprinting and naughty hamstring extensions?
Look, you can try that with Matilda. Good luck. We'll see. Give it a go.
And I'll say this will be my last kind of top tip for those people who are starting their school journey with their little ones. Please understand that learning's not a race, and to try your best not to, I guess, judge or grade or try and figure out what level your child is compared to everyone else. We are all on our own little learning journey, and we are going to learn at different speeds. We're going to learn our letters at different speeds and learn how to read differently, and that's totally fine. What we want to see is just that learning progression. As long as we're moving forward, that's the aim with learning. It's really easy, I guess, at the start of schooling, particularly with readers and decodable texts, for when we, I guess, go up in levels and jump to harder text to read as little people. Suddenly it's what level are you on? Why isn't my child on that level? Hold on, what are we doing here? So focus on your own child and be proud and encourage them to do their best where they're at that particular point, rather than trying to figure out where they are in the grand scheme
compare. Amazing. Well, we've gone in all sorts of different directions here, which is amazing. That's usually how it goes. And I honestly feel that we could sit. There's so many other questions bubbling in my head about, all sorts of wellness and teaching. We could sit here for hours. But maybe just to wrap it up, what's next for you? As I mentioned, you've achieved so much.
There's a lot going on.
And I know you said that you will hopefully be teaching reception until the day you die.
Until it's done.
So it seems that, being in the classroom is definitely something you value and will continue to do. But what's next for you?
What is next for me? From a gym point of view, I would like to work on the chicken legs and noodle arms. So
noted. Coaches, if you're listening.
Excellent work. Thank you. Yep. So that's there. What's next in this other life? I think just really investing in my own joy and happiness about what am I trying to say here? What's next for me is just to continue kind of doing what I'm doing, because I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
That's such not a strong closer. Sorry, everyone. I wish I ended that better. But write some more books.
Yep.
Continue the fight of, hey, everyone, education is great. And
then hopefully get poached by Play School to take over.
Oh, look, if they're listening, hello.
Hey, Luke, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. You are a ray of sunshine to our community, and we can't, wait to continue to see you go from strength to strength. And just very, very grateful to have you as a part of our community. So I think it's going to be super valuable for everybody. And if you're around the place, come say good day to Lukey,
100%.
and look forward to seeing what's next.
Yeah, game on. Before we leave, a little birdie actually told me it was your birthday today, but I saw that from what was happening out in the gym. But a wonderful little person told me that your favorite chocolate is dark chocolate. So I wanted to give you a little happy birthday gift.
Thank you, mate.
That is for you, my friend.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Coaches do eat chocolate. It's just on the talking about balance.
Absolutely.
And
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, next on the cards for me is dad bod. I'm going full dad bod mode.
There we go.
Thank you, mate. That's very kind. Dark chocolate is better for you than
whatever helps.
Yeah. Really appreciate it. I wouldn't want to spend my birthday anywhere else. So thank you, mate.
Thanks for having me.
What an amazing chat with Mr. Luke. I thought the key points I took from that episode were the transition, both for parents and for kids, into school, and also the way that he uses yoga to assist in balancing his very crazy lifestyle.